explanation were you given for the tech that you got?
I'll take the official questions.
Sure.
There wasn't an explanation for the tech that she got. I think it was pretty obvious that stuff was brewing, right? When the officials don't get control of the ball game, when they allow that stuff to happen, and it's been happening all season long. All season long. It's not just this game, it's been happening all season long. This is what happens, right? This is what happens. You've got competitive women who are the best in the world at what they do, right? And when you allow them to play physical and you allow these things to happen, they're going to compete. And they're going to have their teammates' backs. It's exactly what you expect, right? Out of fierce competition. So I started talking to the officials in the first quarter, and we knew this was going to happen. You could tell it was going to happen. So they got to get control of it. They got to be better. They got to be better.
Can you specifically detail what you mean by get control of the game, just to be in your words?
Get control of the game is call the fouls that are actually happening on the floor, right? And consistently call the fouls that are actually happening on the floor. Okay, not just if somebody swings and misses, right? Like consistently call the fouls.
Coach, do you think it's something pertaining to your team, or do you think it's a league-wide issue?
Well, I've seen quite a few dust-ups in the league so far, so I think it's a league-wide issue. I mean, bad officiating is bad officiating.
And then what did you make of Sophie Cunningham's flagrant foul on JC towards the end?
It was a flagrant foul.
Do you think it's like defending Caitlin or defending the team, or how do you view just how it opened?
I view it as a flagrant foul.
I'll ask about the game too.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys came for basketball.
Yeah,
Let's talk about basketball.
Yeah.
Come on now.
What do you think of just how you all were able to pull in the second half, Caitlin, in particular?
We're going to the Commissioner Cup Championship.
Let's
That's pretty exciting. Y'all want to talk about that? Let's talk about that.
What do you think, again, in the second half, allowed you all to create some distance there, and what can you build on going into that cup final?
I thought we were physical on defense. I think that's where we lacked in the first half. I think the first half we had moments where we're up 10, we're up 8, we're up 12, and we continue to just let them back in the game. And I think, prior to maybe the second half where we finally got our foot on the gas, that's kind of where we have struggled all season long is we continue to get these leads, these 8-point leads, these 6-point leads, these 10-point leads, and we just let teams back in the game and with bad shots, turnovers, whatever it is. So I think it's just, we kind of got over the hump there, and then we're able to grow our lead in the fourth quarter. They even cut it to 10 in the fourth quarter, and I thought we really responded well, and we're able to open it up for a pretty comfortable win.
To Natasha or Steph, you guys just beat the best team in the league, and now you're taking a team that's rebuilding, struggling. Are you pleased that you were able to put this team away and not have a letdown?
No. We focused on ourselves in the past two practices, and at the end of the day, we knew what Connecticut was going to do in this game, but we executed this on both ends of the floor. But I'm proud of what we did and how we handle our own out there.
Yeah, just for Natasha, I know you only had 4 points on Saturday with 16 and 12 today. Did this feel like a bounce back for you, too?
You want to say it like that, but I think the game that I played against New York, I have a pep in my step, but this game I had a pep in my step, and but I get close to my teammate for having my back and also just giving me that confidence that I needed.
Kayleen, going to the locker room, I don't know if it's a celebration that you reached the championship game, or what was the mood like? How much did you celebrate it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're excited. That's a big deal, and obviously New York helped us out a little bit to get there, and it's a hard thing to do, and why wouldn't we celebrate that? We're getting to play for a pool of money, like that's pretty fun, and you're competing to win a trophy, like it's an extra game for us to get better as well. So obviously we celebrated it, and we're proud of that, and I think our focus though turns now to this West Coast swing in 3 games, and how are we going to continue to stack getting better and better and better? We've put 2 good games together, but we can't take a step back, so I think it's going to be continuing to find a way to get better on our West Coast trip as well.
Steph, going back to kind of how we started the presser, is there anything that you guys as an organization are doing? I mean, you're speaking out at this point, but anything more that you are doing or you hope to do to engage in the league and addressing these issues with officiating that you've been very vocal with?
Yeah, I mean, I think every year when we have our league meetings in the fall and in the spring, we say the same thing over and over and over. And nothing has changed. So, I'm not sure outside of continuing to submit clips, continuing to talk about it. Like, look, their job is hard. Their job is hard. Their job is hard, right? Their job is hard. The game has changed so much. Players are faster, they're better, they're bigger, they're stronger. They're as good as they've ever been. They're as athletic as they've ever been. The game is fast now. Things are happening quickly. Everybody's getting better, except the officials. So we got to find a way to remedy it. I mean, you've heard every coach talk about it, so I don't know what the answer is.
Could y'all just paint a picture for us of, are you tracking the Atlanta-New York game? Are you looking at the score during? Did you not know until you walked off the floor? What did that look like?
Our bench was tracking it. We have people behind us tracking it. I mean,
I didn't know until we walked off,
when you're in a Commissioner Cup situation and point spread matters, while we're also preparing for a brutal stretch of 3, 4, 5 games, where we're in like how many days?
6 and 11 days.
Yeah, 6 and 11 days, where we go from the West Coast to come home and a back-to-back back to Dallas. I mean, it's our job to manage those things, those two things. If we're not competing for the Commissioner's Cup, the minutes are different, right? If we are, it looks different. It's the game within the game.
Caitlin, gotta ask, after the JC thing to your eye, pushed her back, before you left the game in the fourth quarter, did that flex?
I was just excited I made a shot. It's my first 3 of the second half, so
But you're
pretty
showing
excited
some,
about that. Go ahead.
You're showing some get back. You're showing a little something more than, I guess, fans may think that you have. You have a lot of strength in you. After a year plus of taking the knocks and perceiving that a lot of the refs are against you, do you feel like you have to stand up more for yourself?
No, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm here to play basketball, and that's my job. That's what I'm going to do. I was excited. Honestly, the review took too long for me. I wanted to get playing basketball again, and that's exactly what I did in the rest of the third quarter. I made all 3 free throws, and then it was a tough 3. I was excited about a 3, and, honestly, I got to give our crowd a lot of credit, too. I thought they were tremendous. They were cheering for us. They had our back, and I'm a passionate player, but at the end of the day, I'm here to play basketball, and that's what it is. My game's going to talk, and that's all that really matters. And I love this game, and I'm going to give it everything I have. So I think that's what competitors do. You just step right back up to the challenge.
For Natasha, we were talking a little bit before the game, and over the last couple of weeks, the team has had fits and starts in some of their games. Do you think the flow is starting to come and be at a level where you guys were hoping it would be a few weeks ago?
Absolutely, definitely work on the practice every single day, just working on flowing and just running, because no team can really stop us when we run. But at the end of the day, we're gonna keep working on us every single day and just keep stacking days.
Any other questions? Wrap up, James.
Okay, when you all called timeout, I think you got subbed out. You were hyping up the crowd, and then Coach Christmas comes over to grab you. What are those moments like when you get lost a little bit, and how much do you appreciate someone telling you, all right, maybe you should kind of join your team and things like that?
Honestly, some of those moments are what make me the most tired, so I appreciate Coach Rima coming and getting me. Unfortunately, Steph was going to sub me out anyway, so I could catch my breath on the bench, but everybody knows that's how I play. I want the crowd behind me. They love when I get into it with them too. They're here for a show, and that's what I try to give them every single night. That's what we try to give them every single night, and that's what makes it fun. And people spend a lot of money and time to come to these games, and this is a Tuesday night game. I think it's Tuesday, and this place is basically full. And there's so many young girls and young boys and adults and older men that this might be their first WNBA game ever, and you want to perform for them. So that's one of my favorite parts of getting to go out there and compete every single night is kind of getting to interact with the fans and being an entertainer in a way.